Dani Dupree might be our crash out goat, but she's also our accountability queen because Miss Mamas is not afraid to lead with her feelings and emotions, maybe act a little chaotically, but then stand 10 toes down in whatever consequences come. And I ain't mad at it. What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Beyond the Gates video. In this one, we're going to be breaking down season 1, episode number 7. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Beyond the Gates content and conversations. This episode was really, really good as we continue on in the storyline with all the chaos that is unfolding between the unraveling, the uncoupling, the new marriage of Bill and Haley, and the fallout of Dani not being able to release her feelings, her animosity, her frustration, all of the complicated emotions that come post divorce and post, losing a life that you had known and loved and had planned for, with a little bit of sprinkle of additional build up with some of the subplots. Like we got the completion of what's going on in the elevator over at the hospital with Ashley and Andre. We get some moments that make her boyfriend very, very uncomfortable because Ashley looks a little all right in Andre's arms, and it's very clear that Andre is interested in his girl. Yes, we can see it a mile away. And while we don't get to see anything, suspicious or untoward happen, with the baby being named after them being named Ashley Andre, and just the adrenaline that Ashley was experiencing and Andre leaning into what is already his attraction, but then the adrenaline that he was also experiencing, supporting, helping someone give birth. There's just a lot of things going on here. So we have not seen the end of the whole Ashley and Andre thing, even though it still confuses me a lot. Like, I'm just trying to figure out why he is just so smitten with this woman, especially when he is now making it a habit of D'ing down little Miss Dani Dupree upon her beck and call, because by the end of the episode, Dani is calling him over because it's not a one night stand. It's not something they need to forget about. It's something that's going to actually help her take her mind off of everything that has gone down. And this episode has proven to be pretty pivotal for the Dani Dupree character, or at least for the audience to get a better understanding of her. I was very proud of her still coming to the press conference, even though her dad told her that she didn't need to be there. She wanted to stand in accountability for what was going on and give people as close to the truth as what she could possibly give, while trying to shield her family from taking any blows that they would have experienced because of her erratic action. And I really just respect her for that. Like, yes, Dani makes some very emotional decisions, and again, I have called her chaotic, I have called her a crash out queen, and all of those things are true. But what I really just respect about the Dani character is that she is honest. She is not always right, but she is always honest, and she's always forthcoming. She's leading with her emotions, and you don't have to figure nothing out with her. It is what it is. And too many people are navigating this life under false pretenses, pretending like they like people that they don't, pretending that they love people that they don't, pretending that they hate people that they actually admire. Like, all of this foolishness and lies and whatever. With Dani, it is what it is, and you what you see is what you get, and I really, really respect that for her. Again, I don't agree with every decision that she makes. Should she have pulled a gun on people? No, but that's how she was feeling at the moment. She did it, and now she's also honest enough, a woman of integrity enough to just stand in it. Like she said, Daddy, call the police. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm with whatever. And you can't help but, or at least I can't help but respect a woman like that, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to lean into the greatest of your negative impulses and feelings and put yourself in a position to compromise your comfy, cushy, privileged life all off the back of your emotions, very valid emotions, but you mishandling your emotions, and then also being willing to just walk in to whatever those consequences are for doing that thing, and not necessarily trying to run or shield herself by way of her family. Now, she still winds up being protected because Vernon and Anita not going to let their little baby girl fall, but she was 100% willing to take what was coming to her. And I just respect her so much. Now, when I say that this was a very pivotal episode for Dani, we also get a very valuable flashback in this episode to the night where Naomi was getting married, and Bill and Dani were still together, and he decided that he was going to profess that he was going to spend the rest of their lives doing everything that he could to make all of her dreams come true, because he just appreciated all the sacrifices that she made for his career, for their kids, for the life that they have been able to cultivate, ultimately to his benefit thus far. And it's her turn now, only for us to be, I don't know how long ago this was, maybe a year max, maybe two, only to be 2 years out and to be in this place where he's marrying a whole nother woman that he's saying has brought him back to life. It's just like, Dani did not make this up. Dani did not fabricate your relationship. And while we know that there has been previous infidelities, like just watching that flashback and seeing the conviction in his eyes and the love that seemingly was on the tip of his tongue and also in his eyes, it felt like he actually really did mean it. So like, I get why Dani's confused. I get why she's frustrated, because the same energy that you have for Haley right now to this day on y'all's wedding night and beyond is what you have for this woman however long ago, within the last 3 years. So what the hell actually changed? Especially if you were the one cheating and she never cheated, if she's the one who you admitted to sacrificing everything that she could have to sacrifice to create the life that you wanted to live and ultimately to serve you and your kids. This is how you repay her for that great act of sacrifice? And I ain't even gonna hold y'all, and watching Bill interact with Haley, he's like, Dani needs attention at all times. And it's like, are you getting a kick out of this? Is this some little sick thing for you, Bill, that you wanted more attention from Dani, and like you like being able to pull and suck all the lifeblood out of her? And while you already experienced years and years and years of like raising kids and being married and being in a relationship and her actively just sacrificing, was it after that particular flashback moment that she's like, okay, let's start leaning into things that I want, and then you got mad and your narcissism kicked in, and then you wanted to center yourself, so now y'all not together because you ultimately still want more attention from Dani, and you knew that she was going to respond this way, and you're like, is this all a part of the plan? Because like Haley said at the top of the episode, why do you need to go to this press conference? Okay, cool, they're going to spin a narrative. You have done it before as well. But if your priority is this wedding, if your priority is your new wife, is your priority your honeymoon, then it don't even matter what story they come up with, because you can do your own press conference when you get back from your damn honeymoon. Or you can have your team release a statement. Or you could post something on social media yourself. There's all of the things that you could have done to not go and try to confront this family and specifically confront Dani. And part of me feels like, now, mind you, I don't think they gave us a ton of go off of, but part of me feels like Bill kind of liked this. He liked the messy, he liked the chaos, and I think he still loves Dani. So Haley, what did Dani tell you? Prepare yourself. The past is a prologue, and I'm gonna go ahead and add on, how you get him is how you lose him. And why you think that you're special, why you think that you're the love of his life, why you think that you're his heir, and all of these things, these sweet nothings that he's telling you, he has already had very, very valid experience in telling another woman the same thing, ultimately to walk out of her life and leave her. Yeah, it's not looking good for you, Haley, Miss Delusional Haley. Now, I think we also had some moments with Martin and his husband is like, used to be a journalist but had to give up his career, I guess, to service Martin as well, and he's like seemingly resenting that. I'm not feeling that marriage anyway, because the husband be on the phone talking and then want to be hiding who he talking to, and then throwing the phone into the hamper, the laundry hamper and whatnot. So I don't trust his husband to begin with. But also Martin is on my nerves, because they were only at that wedding because they were trying to protect Martin from whatever Bill knows about him, and they don't want them to leak. So like, Martin got them into a precarious situation, and he running around here talking about, oh, this doesn't look good, and the optics in my statesman, and da. Sir, you are quite literally the Achilles heel of this family. Yes, Dani doing all types of chaotic stuff out loud, but you got a bunch of secrets that they trying to hide that seem bigger than Dani even pulling a gun out on these people at their wedding. So like, you quite literally are a brewing problem, and we need to get to it immediately. But yeah, y'all, I really didn't enjoy this episode. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. We didn't get much from did we get anything with Ava and I don't think we got anything with Ava and Leslie in this episode. It was mostly Andre and Ashley at the hospital, and then the press conference, and then Bill and Haley. I'm very, very much so like enjoying this soap, and I can't even believe it. I'm so shocked, but I'm so grateful. Anyway, drop your thoughts, and I'll see y'all in the next one.